All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League. Been not all too long since our last game. For OCE was the Four Horsemen versus Leviathan in a three-rounder. Well, now an hour later, we find ourselves here with the Four Horsemen versus Mozzies in the OCE region. Again, two top teams here in the region and coming along mighty fine later into the season. So on the casting desk, I'm Palidore and being joined by PAMWOW once more. How's it going?
It's going good. I mean, got an interesting match right now. The Four Horsemen versus the Mozzies. I mean, the Mozzies, they actually recently had a victory over the previous team for Fizzy Chickens, which has now been reformed, I guess, into the Four Horsemen, and a good reformation, if you will, because I mean they did take a round away from Leviathan, as we saw in the previous match. The Four Horsemen. Unfortunately losing that, but definitely showing a lot of potential here. And Mozzie is definitely also showing a lot of potential against the Four Horsemen, as they did, as I said earlier, find a victory against the original team Fizzy Chickens. So yes, very interesting times here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's continually, as we go later into the season, we're seeing kind of the running theme as of late are these matches which do tend to have higher stakes, and you're seeing some upsets, some records broken, streaks broken, what have you. I mean, obviously we saw again mentioning Joker yesterday, but even in the last match there versus the four Horsemen versus the Leviathan, breaking the sweep streak in the sense, taking the 3 rounds. I mean, there's a lot of these little things happening throughout the league, and you even look at some of the roster shakeups. You look at this roster, obviously Four Horsemen coming off of formerly known as mainly the Fizzy Chickens. I mean, all these little shakeups and little stories make for a lot of excitement on stream as we get later into the season, just to see how the cards all fall.
And can see in the chat, Jacko Mako, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, just asking, they have a second game already? Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that we do here in OC. They tend to stack all the games on the one day on the weekend when everyone's free, and it's a reasonably small, like not completely small, but it's a reasonably small community. So everyone's able to work with each other on coordinating what day would be free for everyone. So everyone just plans to pin these matches usually on the same day, like today, which is a Saturday afternoon for us Australians. So we will. Yeah, well, it might seem like a coincidence that they have a game on the same day, and that's because it is they just like to pin the games around the same time, and that's what we're seeing here with the Four Horsemen having a second game.
Well, yeah, same for Mozzies. This is their first match here tonight, but Mozzie's also in about 2 hours from now, or actually 3 hours it looks like. They'll have one more match versus the Blazing Claws, so you'll even have Mozzie's in back-to-back games. There's also another match in about an hour and a half from now. It's Breach and Clear versus Pineapples. So yeah, if you happen to be sticking around on stream today, you're gonna get a good look at all of the different OCE teams just about here in this region.
Yep, and just waiting on a few members here for the Four Horsemen. But while we wait, just a quick message from Technical Rex asking me to shout out Mickey P123 for his birthday. So happy birthday there, Mickey P.
Happy birthday indeed. And hopefully for the Four Horsemen, maybe giving a little win, if they can help it as a birthday gift. I know Four Horsemen, after that tough loss against Leviathan, they're going to want to come back and end their debut week as this particular team, 1-on-1, and that would be definitely good for them. But Mozzies, they're always going to be offering challenges to any team that they face. 11-6 on the record for Mozzies in that gold division there, so they're playing very, very well. Have had a lot of strong games, despite the fact that they did technically lose the last couple games. But that was after a streak where they won, looks like 5 of 6 games prior to that. So I mean, this is a team who can definitely light up any team in this region, just with the best of them, pretty much. And yeah, looking forward to seeing this one if and when it does begin.
Yep, and looking across the board here, I mean, if the Four Horsemen play as well as they did within that second round, what we saw in the earlier match against Leviathan, I feel like they will definitely put up an extremely good fight here against the Mozzies, and they have done so before under a different name. So it'll be interesting to see within this game how this goes out. But regardless, with the Mozzies, seen within their previous games. We got Cabbage Wrecker, The Richest, Slamish, Thrill Punda. They've all made a name for themselves, and they've all done reasonably well within their previous games. So yeah, across the board, a lot of great players. I mean, we saw within the recent match between the Four Horsemen and Leviathan, the players within the Four Horsemen. I mean, Cam Jam, Tech, Boo, like they've all definitely done well within their previous games, and it'll be great to see what can come out from this game.
Yeah, certainly. And since the last stream as well, we did in fact get a hotfix deployed here late in the night. So that's good to see. Hopefully that everyone's got that downloaded here. Maybe that could be partial cause to the delays. Who knows? But looks like now we have all 4 players in it for the Four Horsemen. And everyone's good to go soon. And yeah, so are we. Hello, by the way, Sir Dimwee in there. Liskux and Draco again, and the Emerald. Kind of fanning out over Real Zeros, Gish, Cosmo, and Kopesh. We just saw them a little earlier on.
Yep, always great to see everyone in the chat stopping by. Drop a comment, say hello, say some woo-woos. We love it. We love to see it. And hopefully we'll be getting to this game quite soon. Yeah, talking about community, how's your day? Let us know.
Mine or just in general?
No, the chat. I don't think anyone really asked you, Palidore. I don't.
Remember earlier when I fired you?
No, how's your day, Palidore? I'm sorry, how's your day?
Oh, it's good. Thanks for asking. Too kind. See, I haven't been able to fire. It used to be Skinny was the one. I'd have him on cast all of season 1 and fire him on most nights, but I haven't really been able to do that too much this season. So you know what? You're the new Skinny as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But that said, I do need you for this cast, so you're hired for now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's kind of like a part-time kind of. It's like, yeah. Well, you know what? We can make it work. Anyway.
Yeah.
Just looking at the players again here. I feel like the way Leviathan were able to shut out a lot of the attacks coming from the Four Horsemen, I feel like the anchor shots were definitely a great threat coming here from Camgem and Glibby. And I'm not too sure if Mozzies, I haven't seen their techniques against combating against this. So it'll be interesting to see how they're able to deal with these attacks coming from the Four Horsemen. But regardless, we will be heading into this round quite soon. Teams readying up around here. And yep, we'll be heading to this game quite soon.
Mm-hmm. And also, just thanks to Sir Dibby stopping in the chat, but also casting those matches earlier. We saw a lot of exciting ones occurring there in the North American games that he casted with me. A lot of high stakes in terms of placement in going into the postseason and the final weeks here. So definitely a lot of entertaining ones. We started out the night actually with a super entertaining match as well between. Was it now Tesseract and Ragnarok? That's right. Two silver division teams there. It went to 3 rounds. There was a game winner involved. Really exciting match there. And then we moved on, to have some more master division matches as we move on to start this particular match in round 1. So here we go. 4 Horsemen on orange side. Mozzies over on blue. Let's get it going.
Yep, and in the words of Pally, the Horsemen galloping out of their pens, and they're making a start on that joust. Going to grab that disc there, but that's going to lead to Mozzies finding it in the end, and a bit of a clear going to lead back in the hands of Boo, and I feel like that's what we mentioned earlier within the game of the 4 Horsemen and Leviathan. I feel like the clears can be utilized to a greater extent, but regardless, Mozzie's going to find it in the end with a nice defensive steal there.
All right, and so far, promising results. I'm not seeing too much dubstep. So over there on the other side, it's going to bounce off the tunnel, going to the hands here of Technical Rex. Just going to tap off and go right on in for the centered goal.
Great little 180 play there on the right wall. Made his way inside the bubble and found those 2 points, opening up this round here to the 4 Horsemen 2-0. And now Mozzie's looking to make a play with their joust advantage here. And in the first minute, already a score on the board. And I feel like within the previous game, we had a lot of dead air, as one might say. Like not many plays at some points. It was completely quiet, and then suddenly, bam! Like 10 points piling all in once. So a bit of a change of pace here as the 4 Horsemen look for another play here in the bottom trench.
And Glibby just trying to get some distance there from the Richest. Boo doing a nice job to contest with a punch. So opening up the lanes, jumping up here is KamJam. Winding for the anchor, finding the 3. 5 points on the board for the 4 Horsemen.
And I mentioned this pre-game. I mean, the anchor shots coming in from the 4 Horsemen. I was wondering how the Mozzies would be able to deal with it, and at the moment it seems like they aren't able to. And the 4 Horsemen, a great anchor shot there coming from Cammy, and they're going to be looking for an answer back. Hopefully, Mozzies with their just advantage.
Yeah, trying to answer here with that deep heave, but just taken out by Glibby instead. Looking for that pass, goes right past the head of the opponent as KamJam sinks it for the 8th point. This is exactly the start that they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to the previous games that we saw with Fizzy Chickens and Mozzies, definitely feels like the 4 Horsemen are doing much better in comparison. Well, and as I say that, I inflict my caster's curse for 5 points of damage, and they lose 1 player. But look, they've got an 8-point lead with 7 minutes 35 on the clock. I mean, I feel like it's a good lead. I feel like not too much damage can be done here from Mozzies, because they still have a technical timeout here, the 4 Horsemen, and they might utilize this after, if the Mozzies even are able to find a point. I mean, the real Punda making a play here over the shield, through to the right to the Richest. The Richest looking for a pass here, a bit of fumble there for the pass, so it's not going to find its player immediately, but Mozzies still have it, and they found the rebound. But KamJam going for the clear, but Richest stealing it right from him and finding that inside shot.
Richest really not giving up on that one, so turning rags to riches and finding their first 2 points. See, maybe a timeout will be initiated, or maybe they'll just keep rolling with it. I mean, a lot of clock was wasted, or at least a decent amount considering they're down a player, so looks like, yeah, they're going to roll with it. By the way, Twitch chat, they're asking, PAMWOW, does PAMWOW reply? Resident Sleeper, what does that even mean? PAMWOW, reply, do it before he falls asleep here.
Oh, sorry. Mikey121 and Weezima. Sorry about that. Oh, but we had a bit of a play there coming from. Sorry, I was just distracted from the player disconnect. I mean, I know that technical Rex definitely are not happy with those technical issues. And especially with this hotfix, I feel like everyone had their hopes up. I mean, we are seeing a little less dubstep action coming out, which is good to see. But yeah, Tech definitely not happy with that disconnect. But regardless, a play here coming from the 4 Horsemen with a man down, a backboard shot nearly found its way in, but it's going to rebound there, and Mozzie is going to be able to find it in the end. Brill Punda going for a setup, but as we said earlier, Glibby intercepting that clear that wasn't utilized to its full potential, but regardless, Mozzie's going to find it in the end.
Not only that, that little duck through kind of threw his arms out was so graceful, almost looked like a, I don't know, almost like a Naruto run or something. Just the hands going right up in the air right now, throwing hands and throwing a shot. KamJam. 11-2, the 4 Horsemen for the second time in the last hour score 3 on 4.
And the 3 Horsemen right now are certainly doing well against the Mozzies, and looking in. Oh, and there's the technical timeout that we're waiting for. But yeah, just taking a look in the chat, Mikey.
Interesting time to spend that, especially since Technical Rex. I mean, he's back already, so
yeah.
Interesting choice. But okay, he's back, and I guess we're gonna continue.
Yeah, they definitely did well to hold their ground there. The 4 Horsemen, the 3 Horsemen, sorry, I should say, and. I mean, 11-2 with 5 minutes left on the clock. They certainly have set them up for victory within this first round. But as I said, 5 minutes. If 4 Horsemen can do it in 5, certainly the Mozzies can do it within their given time. But regardless, looking in the chat here, I can see Weezy and Mikey making a reference to a CSGO tournament scandal thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if that's possible within this game, but look, anything can happen. If I don't know, I was actually thinking about, I wanted to bring this up as a topic actually. Imagine you could get skins and different things for your character and stuff. Like, I know you can customize it as you level up, but if there were like in-game currency purchase skins and stuff for your character, I feel like that might make an interesting touch to this game.
Yeah, that'd be cool for sure. Definitely something I've kind of asked for, and I know players have expressed their interest, and who knows? I mean, now that, especially with the Quest release and players just filing in droves into Echo VR as of these recent months, you never know. We could see it. It'd be cool getting some more custom options there to also support Red a bit, and support ourselves with just some cool digs. But that said, digging deep for the clear. There's the real Punda over to the other end where it's taken by Glibby, and we're continuing this first round.
Yep, Glibby has done well to keep that out from his bubble, but the real punter going to find that clear, and a backboard shot nearly made its way inside the goals there, but unable to find its way, as that's going to be Boo looking for the disc here. Indeed, he does, finding the clear here through to the right tunnel.
And Technical Rex taking that over immediately on the clear, shielding himself and stalling 3 different players to make that 4 at this point. A lot of time off the clock, enabling KamJam to line it up for the 3. Again, 14 points now.
Yeah, quite a few long shots coming here from KamJam. We've seen it in this game. We've also seen it in our previous game against Leviathan. And KamJam certainly doing well within the offensive side. And I feel like Mozzie's certainly going to be needing to look for a play here with their advantage if they want to find themselves potentially coming back here. It's a I believe a 12-point lead here that the 4 Horsemen have. And Mozzie's looking for a reply, and that's what they're going to find. Slamish with a 3-pointer.
Not too bad at all. 10 seconds off the clock. That was super efficient on that goal. Just end to end and no one there to defend. It's 14-5. We've got less than 5 minutes left here in the first round. And Wheezy, Mikey, you guys replied to our replies?
Yeah. I feel like we're putting in the work now, and then there's no response. I don't know. Something's going on. Anyway, regardless, the 4 Horsemen with the discount. Mozzie's definitely still in this game. That 3-pointer made a statement, and if they can maintain this momentum like a slap, as we just saw there, that can definitely set them up for some future plays. That bounce nearly actually made its way in the goal, but it's going to potentially set it up for a play there for Mozzies. All players looking for it here, but he might be the 4 Horsemen in the end. Might call him TFH from now on. I think it sounds easier. But regardless, the real Panda finding a steal and a backboard shot, but Tech is able to pin that right down and goes for a clear here, potentially.
TFH, that's one of our casters, I'm pretty sure. Cabbage Wrecker here, though, taking it over, and now Glibby as well. That's going to bounce back and forth and back to the pocket. Now in the tunnel where it's contested, slap through. There is no one there to defend that goal, but now swooping in with Technical Rex. And getting that disc back here with 3:48 left on the clock.
And I'm pretty sure if that was Glibby that actually punched there, so that was a bit of a dusty there. And a nice clear through to the right. The long shot nearly made its way in, bouncing off the right side of the post. Oh my lord, we talked about long shots coming in earlier, but that's the cream of the cake there. Nearly made its way in there, but Glibby with the rebound might find an anchor shot here. Whoa. Playing on the one-on-one, but Slamish found the grab there and went for the clear. Wow, so much action here.
Oh yeah, he is slaying it right now on offense or defense. Either way, we've seen some good plays from Slay. That said, trying to find their Slay, the Horseman that is, and looking for some more points, maybe 3 minutes. I mean, Mozzies, they're contesting, but 4 Horsemen, they came here with a point to prove, and that's the fact they do not want to have their debut week under this name spoiled here in week 9.
Yep, and the Rich is barely grabbing onto that disc there, potentially setting up a play here. The clear has been set through the left tunnel, and the players are making their way to the disc from the Mozzies, but setting up for a... Oh, and that's the regrabs that came in there for the 3-point shot, but Technical Rex was able to intercept that in time, and great keeping there from Tech as he clears that out through to the left, and a nice pass there down to Boo, who gets a bit of a slap there from the Mozzies, and a 3-pointer will do them well here, the Mozzies.
Yeah, any scores that can get going will definitely be helpful. It's sticking around on this side of the floor a decent amount, but just need to find something working in the offensive end, because they could stay here all day, and that would be into the benefit of 4 Horsemen as much as anything, in the sense that all this clock wasted, and there's been a lot of clock wasted now. It's going to really help close off this this first round for them, especially if that score went through. But Slamish says, no, wait, I got this.
And great keeping there from Slamish, and the clear going to find its way back into the hands of TFH, but that's going to be Mozzies finding the slap just in a nick of time there, and with 1 minute 50 on the clock looking for a play, but KamJam's going to find it first. A nice pass there to Glibby, and Glibby, he's in the green here. He's got 2 men. He's got one on his left, but a bit of a misplay there, which is going to make its way into the hands of Mozzies, but back into the hands of TFH. I feel like these possessions are going to get punished here. TFH, KamJam, we said it earlier, the long shot's coming in.
Super impressive hit, 25 meters out. KamJam now has made at least 3 of them. I mean, just hitting left, right, center, but it's all in the goal for KamJam in this round.
Yeah, I feel like Slamish, he's done well here in the keeping sector, but it's a constant theme that we're going to be seeing throughout these Oceanic games. Just these clears are just finding their way back into the attackers, and they're just going to keep these long shots coming in. I mean, if you're not going to be able to make the pass to a teammate or set it up for a potential play, that bounce might make its way into the goal there. The ding slightly off to the left, and Four Horsemen finding that disc.
But just the same, it's right back for Mozzies. Still trying to play aggressively. They're falling behind, though. 30 seconds left, and round one's going to be conceded to the Four Horsemen. But Mozzies trying to put up that fight, maybe have a comeback around, as we've seen tonight several times. A shot there, a rare miss from KamJam. Will get the rebound. One more attempt, and another ding, but finally rebounded by Boot for the 2.
Yep, great plays across the board from the Four Horsemen here, and I think I can finally understand the mentality of changing their name from the House of Cards to the Four Horsemen. I feel like, I mean, their kind of slogan for the House of Cards was like, we can't stand without each other, like we rely on each other. But Tech Rex has disconnected multiple times throughout these previous 2 games, so if that was the case, I feel like that kind of just contradicts the whole thing. But regardless, the Four Horsemen, the 3 Horsemen at one stage, able to maintain their lead on the Mozzies, and yeah, all players done well within this first round, and we're going to be heading into the second.
Yeah, you know, I think with Tech Rex, see, it's a case for the Four Horsemen. They're maybe ignoring one name, but they're staying true to the other. Technical Rex, you know, technical issues. At least one of them is true, so that works out quite well. And you know, they didn't feel the heat too much from that. They were still able to score in the 3v4 once at least, and got them back in time to close out the round, 19-5. So very, very much a successful one. And you got to point out KamJam, because 15 points all by his lonesome. A lot of threes at that. That is a huge output for 10 minutes of play here.
Yeah, we talked about this before the game. These anchor shots coming in from KamJam, and just these long shots in general. I feel like Slamish did get his hand on quite a few of them, but the constant pressure coming in here from KamJam, just burying these points. And taking a look at Punta VC in the chat, we got 2 goals. Pog, yes, you did. It was there were actually 2 pretty clean goals. Actually, the passes coming across the board here from Mozzies, but just not enough here as the Four Horsemen maintain their pressure. And we're going to be heading to the second round here and see if Mozzies can do something different here.
Trying to headbutt play is going to bounce high and just past the awaiting hands there, the Mozzies player. But Slamish with a rebound. Oh, had the open goal, couldn't nail it, but maybe another rebound here. Let's see, contested and taken by KamJam.
And I'm not sure if the time's just glitched for me here, but 4 minutes have passed.
Yes, the restart. That's right. It was so quick, I kind of forgot about it. But oh, that's unfortunate. So we're going to have to take a look at the times before too long and hopefully get these teams aware of the situation. But nonetheless, KamJam taking that disc, and now another clear, and we're back to where we were just before this all started.
Yep, I mean, if KamJam is able to continue this momentum,
gosh.
oh my lord, KamJam dove in with his left hand, did a 180 beside the defender of Mozzies, and found that 2 points inside the bubble. Wow.
Oh man, you know the phrase here. You talk about the dusties. That was dirty. Just
that was dirty.
That was dirty. That was steezy. That was dirsteezy. I don't like that, but nonetheless, I like the play. That was hot.
KamJam, it's like we want to talk about someone else here, but KamJam's just kind of taking the spotlight here. Glibby might find a spotlight action there with an anchor shot, but the bounce off the backboard didn't quite make its way, and Tech Rex with the disc here, potentially setting up for another play on target here. And yeah, with 5 minutes on the clock, we might look at a time fix later in the game. But I mean, if these long shots keep making their way into the goal, I feel like Mozzies might not be too fussed about that time.
Yeah, might not. We'll see what happens here and when the next score actually occurs. Because right now it's a little bit of back and forth, ping-ponging side to side, and bouncing off to the side. Looks like a rebound about to be had by Four Horsemen. Not with much time, trying for the anchor shot. Missing that one, but walking it in is Boo.
The regrabs came in there from the Four Horsemen, and the pressure was on, and they were able to quickly grab that disc away from the Mozzies' defensive steal there, and yeah, find those 2 points inside the bubble, and a 4-0 lead here. I mean, it's compared to the first round, I feel like we had a lot more points coming in from the four horsemen. But the Mozzies, oh my lord! As I say that, I inflict caster's curse. You take 5 damage, and Mozzies lose 2 points again to the four horsemen. Yep, as we can see, the points are starting to pile up yet again.
Yeah, and now recognizing all the meanwhile, trying to get the attention of the team, just to let them know of the time. So that will be a score. Now it's just a matter of, I guess, doing some math and figuring out when that timeout earlier had occurred, and now trying to compensate. So all you on the mic, I'm going to go and try and math this one out a little bit.
Yep, I mean, I'd assume they have like around 7 minutes. You know what, time flies when you're playing games, as they say. So, I mean, whenever I'm casting these games, like, I'll say, wait a minute, it's already been 10 minutes. What the hell's going on? How did this round already end so quickly? Because there's so much action going in across the board here. I mean, KMJam and his players just definitely absorbing a lot of the time. Just merely talking about it, absorbing like at least a minute worth of gameplay. I mean, KMJam definitely has done well, not taking any credit away there from the rest of the players within this game. I mean, Slamish definitely has done well to keep some of his shots away from the goals, but obviously not all of them, as the four horsemen proceed to win the first round and definitely take the lead here within this second round. But we will be heading into the joust advantage here for Mozzies.
All right, well, it looks like they mathed it out themselves, so no worries. It's roughly correct anyway. A couple minutes expired off the clock there, so launching, and finding the disc twice in a row off of the joust. Glibby hits the 10th.
That's something that you never want to see when you've got the joust advantage and the regrabs are coming in from the four horsemen. At that point, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter where you clear it. Just clear it, because clear it for the sake of not losing 2 points to the four horsemen. The regrab's coming in again, and they just aren't able to grab that disc somehow from the joust advantage. And the four horsemen are going to keep piling in these points as they make their way into the bubble. But the richest able to steal that. But that's going to be Glibby in the end, finding it off the rebound and putting in those 2 points.
Starting to unravel a little bit here for Mozzies. The four horsemen, they're just taking full advantage of that rollout with incredible speed and kind of punishing some of the small errors there. And yeah, it's very tough going here. 6 minutes left now in the second round, and four horsemen see if they can do it again. Mozzies just trying to rush that clear to avoid it.
And yeah, a clear that we definitely were waiting for there. Although it didn't quite work for them, as the four horsemen were able to quickly grab that disc. The pressure's coming around the board, but the real Panda did very well there on the shield to maneuver around TFH. But Glibby's going to find it in the end, and a bit of an overshot there, but it's going to bounce back. The rebound could have possibly worked for him, but Mozzie's going to find it first and go for a clear here. Cabbage Wrecker.
Yeah, knowing some of the player base here, I wouldn't be surprised if that was almost an intentional shot off that top corner, either for a shot or a rebound attempt. Never really know. That's something that Oculus Saters over in Americas are known for doing a bit, and some other players as well.
And TechRex also known for his dancing, as we saw there. They're just passing it to each other. I feel like they're absorbing the time that they have. They've got 5 minutes on the clock with a 12-0 lead here, and drawing out as many players as they can here. They've drawn out 2, and the pass didn't quite work for them, and Mozzies might be able to punish here with a long shot making its way, but a bit of an awkward bounce on the pole there. And Real Panda trying to get that disc back. He does indeed, and a play on the nest, making his way on a one-on-one situation, and finds that inside shot.
Oh, there you go. Punishing a little bit of the steez, saying, you're going to dance, I'm going to step on your toes. And they got the 2-pointer here finally after 6 minutes or so of play in the second round.
And the four horsemen definitely are confident with their point lead. So they're just going to, I feel like they're playing for time, and they're really going to be... They're definitely playing all right. And a clear through the midsection here. But that's the regrabs coming in, and CamJam nearly found that disc there, but a bit of an awkward bounce is going to result in Mozzies getting it. But CamJam yet again finding that steal, and might find a shot here, a long shot off the backboard. Bit of a miss shot there, bouncing off the left side, but the rebound's coming in, and they might find another shot.
Yeah, good rebounds off that stack, winding in. Speaking of winding, trying to find that pass maybe, but Slamish is there for the grab and sends it out to the trap and out into tunnel. So maybe another opportunity for Mozzies. The goal is open for a moment, but the disc now sailing way past. Now they need to find those grabs.
And the regrabs are coming in from Tech. Oh, but a bit of an overshot there, and they weren't able to quickly intercept that disc, and Mozzies might be able to find the disc yet again. A 1-on-2 situation. The Richest has the disc and finds the pass in a nick of time, but Glibby's able to find that intercept and might go for a clear here through the left tunnel with 3 minutes 30 on the clock. Mozzies certainly need to look for a point here to find themselves getting to the third round, but the regrabs coming in from the Four Horsemen, unable to find that disc, and the steal was nearly there, but the clear is going to find its hands in the hands of Glibby.
And bouncing right off that ceiling, Glibby finding technical Rex and a three-pointer off the ceiling. 15 points now for the Four Horsemen.
The regrabs are coming in here from the Four Horsemen that I've noticed. I mean, the defensive and aggressive regrabs, and they've just been able to be on top of that disc regardless where it is on the map and just find these points. Constantly point after point. They're just burying Mozzies essentially here. We've seen it in the first round and we're seeing it here again in the second round, and a lot of pressure actually coming in from the Four Horsemen. As we can see, like the just advantage that Mozzies have been getting, the horses have just made their way there every time, and the pressure's gotten to them, and the clears just haven't been as accurate as you would hope for them to be. But regardless, Mozzie's looking for a play here. The disc is going to have a bit of an awkward bounce, and Tech might find it, and yes, he does.
And now splitting off, you can see once that disc was collected, the pileup immediately dispersing, trying to find their passing angles, their spacing, and that's what you definitely like to see. Trying to go twice now for the Joker train, both times kind of getting botched along the way. Now it's going to be a shot as a result. Maybe Mozzie's in a position to punish again, but will be off and sails right back to the blue side, where immediate slingshot there will also fail on that one, but still yet 2 minutes left to go, 15-2 on the scoreboard.
A lot of style shots coming here from Glivy and CamJam. Technical Rex with the disc here, looking for a reset playing, but he can't avoid all three members. They're all swarming towards you. Went to hold on to that disc there, but held on for a bit too long. And the regrabs coming here from the Mozzies. They might find a play here. The steal coming from the Real Punta outside the bubble on the nest. Might look for a play, but he's going to get punched out there by CamJam, who finds the clear through to the right tunnel.
And immediately looking for the regrabs there, the chains from Four Horsemen, trying to find some more points with 90 seconds remaining. A dive up, a jump, a spin, a sling, and from the wing he scores 17-2. CamJam is up to a ridiculous amount of points. And let's see, since the restart alone, he's got the 2. I think before that he might have had a goal or 2. So he has to be in the 20s by this point, and just putting on a show.
Yep, CamJam. I mean, if there was a horse of chaos, if there was a horseman of chaos, that would definitely be CamJam. Oh my lord! And missing that disc on the just advantage. I mean, it's if there's something you got to look at over the VOD, I mean, it's definitely your joust advantage and how you're utilizing it. You need to get to that disc as fast as you can, because the regrabs and the pressure certainly coming in here from the Four Horsemen. Absolutely,
and on that particular one, looked like they got there, just missed the initial grab there, just kind of was looking ahead at the stack coming in, so just tried to reach overhead to grab the disc, then missed that first handle, and that was all it took for that play to just unravel and go the way of the Four Horsemen. And maybe another shot. Man, oh man, that was close.
That nearly found its way in, bouncing off the left side of the post there, and I mean, that pressure can do that to you. The Mozzies, I mean, if you're feeling like you can't even grab that disc that's right in front of your jousting tunnels, I mean, that's just a pure sign of pressure that the Four Horsemen have applied here in this game. Taking the first round and the second round here, they might find some points here in the last few seconds, but the Moz is able to clear it out, and 20-2 in the second round.
Big statement game, absolutely, for the Four Horsemen, coming off the taking Leviathan about an hour ago, hour plus, to the third round for the first time, the undefeated team in OCE. So Four Horsemen, they couldn't quite complete that victory. They weren't looking to let that happen twice. So coming up against the Mozzies, who are historically still a very good team. They've been going on some decent streaks as of the last several weeks now. I try to get to the score screen. Exited there on. Hold on one moment. I'm going to go to the score screen there, get a read at the stats for you. But yeah, just got to be impressed. And, you know, Four Horsemen being able to take a defeat and able to, you know, just bring it back within the next hour and still play their game the way that they wanted to.
And Aiden in the chat here saying, Pally, why now? Why now, Pally? Tell us. Answer.
Why now what? Why is there a match now? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he's referring to you casting now. I mean, this is an OCE game, so the time zones are a bit weird, but You know how we are in Australia. We're a bit weird anyway.
Yeah, we all are in this community. So, but yeah, we got the games here. Glad of you to join us. Although match is ending, Aiden, unfortunately, well, has ended now. So, you know, hello, but also goodbye soon.
Yeah, just might take a look at the stats here. We've got Boo with 4 points, 3 saves, 33 stuns. Cam Jam, 19 points, most of them long shots, most of them 180s, most of them just skill, I don't know, random chaos, I don't know. But he's found them in the end, and wow, he's done well with those. And 2 assists, 2 saves, 3 steals, and 20 stuns. Glibby, who also has found quite a lot of points here, 11 of those, 4 assists, 1 save, 2 steals, and 20 stuns. And Technical Rex, 5 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, and 19 stuns. And across the board here, we've also got the Mozzies, and they did have quite a few good plays here when they were attacking, but I just feel like the pressure didn't get to them in the end. Cabbage Wrecker, 1 assist, 3 saves, 16 stuns. Slamish now with 5 saves, and he did really good to keeping quite a few of those long shots out from Cam Jam and Glibby, but in the end, with 3 points and 10 stuns as well. The Real Punda with 2 points, 3 saves, 3 steals, and 29 stuns. And the Richest with 2 points, 3 steals, and 14 stuns.
Yeah, just had some nice defensive plays for sure. You can see, you know, lining up a lot of steals, a lot of saves on their side, but yeah, not able to really convert it into offense, and it was just too many shots given up there to the side of 4 Horsemen. So with that victory, 4 Horsemen in their debut week, by name, that is. Again, these players have been all involved across the entire season pretty much, but as a team here, they will end it 1-on-1, barring any challenge matches later on. And for Mozzies, they're going to fall now to 11-7, which is to say, again, they've still ended here or started out this week, you know, with a really great record, and they still have a chance in a couple hours from now, about 2.5 hours or so, I think, to, you know, do the same thing 4 Horsemen did. They're going to be playing the Blazing Claws, and they have a chance as well to perhaps end the night 1-1. So we'll see if that's something that develops here later on in the night.
And yeah, I believe that might wrap up this stream here. But just a quick note as well. I mean, the 4 Horsemen definitely proving themselves as a good like main contenders here for Leviathan, and I'm just waiting for this next match that they have against Leviathan. I mean, I feel like they definitely have a lot of room for improvement, and knowing the players of this community, they are really fast and with improving. I mean, we might see this coming from Mozzies as well as we head into this next game, but yeah, very interesting stuff across the board.
Well, that said, more matches coming along a little bit later on in the evening, but until then, that will do it for at least this hour. So yeah, thank you guys for joining there in the Twitch chat. Stay tuned for some more matches, of course, pretty much on all hours of the day, let's be honest. But yeah, been good. Thanks to PAMWOW here for joining me, and once more, thanks to our sponsors in ProTube VR, VR Cover, VRWare.net, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and all of the above, doing great things to support the league and the community. So thank you to them. And yeah, till next time, I've been Palidore. That's been PAMWOW once more. This is VRML Season 2, Week 9. Be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other, and we'll see you again pretty soon.
See you later, mates.